I'm going to share with you 4 of my top tips for working with cameras in Maya. The first one is going to be the near and far clipping plane. So if you've ever been using Maya and you notice that the further away from the camera you go, your objects start to disappear, or the reverse of that is the closer to the camera you go, your objects start to disappear like so. This is going to be the near and far clipping planes, and you'll need to adjust the values. The default values might be okay for you, but if you are having these issues, then I suggest that you change the near clipping plane to a really small value, so that Maya will render right up to the camera. And for the far clipping plane, I suggest you add a couple more zeros in there so that Maya will render further away from the camera in the viewport. You can also use these values as a really clever way of, if your computer is struggling to render, you've got a huge scene, you could turn the far clipping plane down so that Maya doesn't have to render everything in the distance in the viewport whilst you're working. Tip number 2, I'm just going to switch to the Arnold viewport renderer for this one. If you want to create an orthographic camera inside of Maya, then we would scroll down to where it says orthographic views and check orthographic. This allows you to create an orthographic style render, which is the trend at the moment. It will lock the rotation, but you'll be able to zoom in and out and pan to create your orthographic render. I'm just going to uncheck that for now. Third tip is one of my favorites shortcuts in Maya ever. So if I'm looking through the camera at the minute to frame up my room and I'm happy with the framing, but sometimes you might forget that you're looking through the camera and just think you're in the perspective view, and then you notice that you find yourself moving around and then you realize you've just lost your framing. On your keyboard, the square brackets allow you to cycle back through the last positions of the camera. So if you press it enough times, you will get back to where you last had your camera. So that can really save you if you've accidentally moved your camera. In order to stop you from accidentally moving the camera in the first place, I suggest that when you're happy with your framing, you select your camera, go to the channel box, click on translate and rotate, right click and lock the selected. This will mean that you can't accidentally move your camera. And if you ever wanted to adjust the camera in future, all you have to do is come in and unlock the selected to allow you to do that. So that's my 4 tips. Let me know if you learnt something today, and if so, which tip was your favourite. And if you fancy dropping me a subscribe so I can continue to grow the channel, then I would really appreciate it. Thank you.